Sometimes, you just want to make an excuse instead of seeking a solution. Why you shouldn't tell your problems to your friends. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up for more educative contents. 1. Your friends are not unemployed. Even if they are unemployed or just in leisure, they won't spend their time to hear you moaning about your life, or groaning about what you feel about something you hate. Sometimes, you just need to say, "Okay Google," and find what you need to know and do instead of calling a friend to listening to you all day. 2. Your friends do not always know the way to help. They might do know, but they might don't. But sometimes, they can pretend to know everything. Either it's actually the wrong answers or advice for you to follow. When you get the right one, you might get help. But when you didn't, you might get a bigger problem instead of solution or motivation. 3. Your friends have their own problems to deal with. You might not realize that everyone is carrying a problem. Whether it's just small or huge ones, whether they choose to show it or hide it, they are always having a problem. So when you think that they are free from any problem, you're totally wrong. 4. Your friends may not always be good to you. As a person who always being asked to give people advice, sometimes, I feel that they are too dramatic. Even just a tiny little thing which they hated to face could seem like a big storm which trying to eat their whole lives. The worst case when you share your problems with people is they know the bad things about you and they can share it with others. I've heard about this many times though. As they shared this kind of thing as a problem of a problem, they once told their problems or secrets to someone, hoped the person wouldn't blow it to others, but they did it instead. And they get this as a problem, and they tell it to other people. Again, it goes on and on and on until piranhas become toothless. When you tell someone about the problem you face, in the meantime he or she might help you or at least just listen to all your story. But when he or she has a problem with you, they will share what they know about you, including all your shitty things. Oh, don't you know where the tattletale come from? Remember that people are not always kind to you all the times. Even the closest friends you trust the most can kill you in another day. 5. Chances are you will get even lower and weaker when you tell them. When you tell your problem, let's say it's about the stress you feel about your day, when your spouse doesn't mind your feeling, when your kids rebelling and don't even hear your words, when your work becomes the worst thing you ever know, etc. And you share all the feelings you feel, how exhausting you are, how overwhelming all your things are, everything, you will start to create the words you didn't even say or recognize before when you really feel those things. I mean, you become really into the problems as you get deeper to express your bad feelings. Even sometimes, the small thing in your mind gets bigger because you try to convey them that you do facing it, or suffering because of it. For example, you feel that your day sucks. But then when you tell it to your friends, the narration becomes, "I do really hate my life. I better jump to the ocean," and the rest is history. 6. You've got your beautiful mind, use it, maximize it. Your mind is just like your body. It's a muscle you can train and get better at. Have you ever tried to sit in a quiet place, to gather your thoughts, and you started to think, ponder, reflect? If you haven't, better to try it now. Sometimes, we just need to calm our mind and let it dancing alone until it finds a way to solve our problems or even just to calm our nerves. We might not bother to call it a problem, but when we feel low, whether if it's caused by certain events which happen to us or we just suddenly feel troubled, it eventually affected our feeling, and led us to desperation, stress, anxiety and others. Thus, we needed to talk, we needed to complain, we needed to blame, we needed to confess, we needed to vomit our anger out, and we needed a friend or just someone or even everyone who will receive all of those things from us. Whether we really needed their thoughts or advices, or we just simply needed to talk it out, in the end, the result may likely be those things I've told above. When you embrace your mind, and you believe that it's capable enough to think for you, to help you, to show you the way you need, it will do it for you, it will follow your command. But when you neglect it and you think that it can't help you, it can't do its function for you, then the result will be the same as what you think about it. But if you know how to turn it on, no matter how big your problem might be, your mind will get you the solution eventually. Perhaps, you don't feed your mind a good nutrition and vitamin. What I mean is, you might not know that the person who knows any advice everybody needs always trains his mind to work by solving many problems with his own mind. And do you think he can do it by only speaking nonsense to people he helps? No, he didn't. Instead, he always feeds his mind with many knowledge other people might never learn. He feeds his mind by reading, learning, pondering, thinking, etc. in order to maximize its potential ability. That's how he could solve his own problem and others too. When a small problem comes to him, he will see it as it's a small one. As he can tackle it with his beautiful mind which has always been fueled by knowledge and experiences. But when it comes to us, we may see that small problem with magnifier, we'll keep staring at it long enough without making any move until it becomes too big for us to handle. You know what? Your mind is beautiful, then don't make it ugly by being too dependent on others' mind and neglecting yours. Perhaps you forget that the power of your life lies in nowhere but within you. It's always there waiting for your calls. Your world is a living expression of how you are using and have used your mind. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments section below.